When I was buttons, they made shirts with me. It was difficult to get the proper torso closure without my aid. A few of me on every person you meet. Spread myself throughout the globe. Places you haven't even heard of before. There's folks using me to keep their tummies from flapping out. But then along came Magnus. Magnus is a career coprophage who's, sorry, my personal experiences have colored my view of Magnus, but if I really try to get an objective, third-party, bird's-eye perspective on things here, ultimately, and I hate to say this, he's a good man. He's an innovator. All he had in life was a piece of really stabby metal, and he said, if we make there be string on this, you don't even need buttons anymore. And he sewed himself an empire. And now people are they're going places. And they don't have me to keep their tummies concealed. But they manage it all the same. So I need a new necklace. I know, I'm a sophisticated individual with a proud history. Retail therapy should be beneath me. And yet, I keep finding myself thinking, what could possibly sate my thirst for serotonin? And all I can come up with is wrap something shiny around my neck. No, I mean, they do bedazzle scarves these days. There's a scarf bedazzler who works in an office complex out east, and he's got this machine with cannonballs that are decorative, but also help to bedazzle. You have to bring him your own bones. You have to show up in person, but he lets you select what flavor of dazzlement you want, brings out the different jewels, and you lick them, and you're like, that sapphire tastes kind of bitter. Do you have anything in a topaz? And then they crush them right in front of you. It's better than Hamlet. He pulls out the scarf. This one, I'm not mad about the lack of buttons on scarves, although I have been pitching some things to some people. I've got irons in the fire. But he pulls out the scarf cloth and he's like, put on your protective goggles. It's about to get fabulous in here. And then the whirlwind begins. Because of the bones that you brought, see, this is where they come in. You're heavy enough to stay put on the ground, but the scarf gets whipped up into the air, like reverse vortex, smushing it against the wall. Powdered topaz flying everywhere. You gotta have a respirator too, and when you take it off at the end, there's a little scrunchy bowl at the bottom, and you declamp that off, open it up, and it's like, here's all the topaz you would have breathed. That one does cost extra. And I was thinking about getting the scarf. I was thinking about making a living off of something other than keeping fabric shut. And I decided both of those are bad ideas and I need a necklace. So I go down to the Fur Refinery and Necklace Distribution Center, where they shave animals, and then they call it faux fur, but it's like half faux fur, semi-faux. They don't like normally when you're making fur, you do shave the animal, but you shave it too hard. It's the whole process. Here they just do regular shaving. A bunch of bald donkeys in the back. They just, they keep them as pets until the hair grows in, and then they shave them again. They get sweatshirts, it's okay. Sweatshirts with zippers on them, and let's not even friggin' talk about zippers. Oh god. It's like they don't even know I'm here. I ring the bell for service. It goes unanswered. Surprise, surprise. I see movement in the back. There's piles of shaved donkey hair fur, and they've got all these reams of synthetic fabric. There's a man with a pair of tweezers and a jeweler's lens. He's inserting the hairs, hair by hair, one at a time, handcrafted fur, into the fabric. And now is like, this person is a master. It's something nobody gives a crap about. And I guess that's kind of me too. Nobody holds cloth shut like me. The Olympics aren't brave enough to... Oh, sorry there. So I see him over there. I know he's not the necklace dude. This is obviously a person who's never thought about anything other than reverse engineering animal skin. But I walk to him and I say, "Pray tell, ye donkey shaving sage, how do you make your life soar like an eagle through a powerful wind on muscular wings, proud as sunrise and bold as a biker popping wheelies in front of the 5-0, sneering down on all of creation when you wield a beauty that they will never acknowledge?" And he sets down his jeweler's forceps and says, "Son, let me show you something." Opens up a hidden cabinet inside of the fence. Why is there a fence in there? I don't know. It's a place where fancy people go. Those people used to wear buttons, they don't anymore, so I haven't seen the inside of a fancy digs in quite a while. I don't know what people are doing with fences these days, okay? And I got nothing for you on the cabinet either, but he walks me through the cabinet, and there's, on one side of the wall, there's like one of those, clay jars? And on the other, there's a sleeping ogre. And you can tell that every time he snores out, the snore air is getting sucked into the jar pot clay containment unit. And once every 5 to 6 minutes, we're down there for a bit. I don't know what's happening. And it's not like, oh, I'm entranced by the hidden beauty. It's more like, I'm afraid that if I move to leave, the embarrassment alone will end my life. I can't... This guy clearly knows something I don't. I don't want to let on that I'm not in. Every 5 to 6 minutes, a jar kind of swivels. We're 6 swivels deep when he takes me back outside of the cabinet and says, "Do you understand now?" And I bluff. I say, "Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much." And he says, "Okay, you understand so good, hotshot. You explain it to me." So now I gotta improv, and I'm like, okay, well, clearly the ogre is able to rest with such peace because he knows that the jar is going to take care of his exhalation needs. So it's all about having proper support from the people and things around you so that you can face the day. And he says, "I'm going to stop you right there. What are you even talking about? No one's facing the day down there. One of them's asleep, the other's a jar." So I said, "You got me, dude. I have no idea what that's about." He says, "All right. Thank you for your eventual honesty." See what I'm doing here? It picks up his various fur counterfeiting tools, gets back to work, and I'm like, "Yes, I do very obviously see what you're doing. Thank you for the leading question. Where is this headed?" He says, "What I'm doing right here? This is stupid. There's better fur. There's better faux fur. There's better ways to make faux fur that don't leave your donkey a little bit chilly around the ankles. So why do you think I'm doing it?" I said, "I don't know. I guess maybe you're just real stupid. Maybe that's the punchline." He says, "If I were stupid, would I be talking to you?" Takes off his lens thang and looks at me and says, "In other words, bingo, buddy. I am stupid. And so are you." I'm like, "You don't know me." He says, "I don't know you, but I know people. People are dumb." So I bought a necklace. Paid less than I'd been planning to for a cheaper necklace than I'd been planning on because, didn't expect to have my intelligence insulted and to walk out of there kind of emotionally wounded. Still put the necklace on, though. And I go home, right? I'm just kind of thinking, am I stupid? And it hit me while I was sleeping. I had this dream about all of my exhaled snores just kind of floating around in disarray, all helter-skelter through the air. Started getting dream anxiety about, oh no, my snores, somebody's got to catch my snores. Woke up around 2 a.m., thought, okay, very clearly I'm dumb. But is that bad? Because what's a smart person going to do in this situation? They're going to be like, they're going to walk down there and see this ogre snoring at a jar inside a cabinet, inside a fence, inside a store, and say, whatever. This is stupid. And they're not going to engage with it. They're kind of like that eagle from earlier. Proud and bold and just above it all. But when you're down here on the ground with the rest of us dum-dums, you might not get that aerial view. But you get to touch. You get to feel everything that eagle just sees.